Welcome, friends. Good morning to everybody. Good evening, and welcome to this Mega Master course, Manifestation Decoded: The Secret Behind the Secret by Shreans and Daga. We are on the beautiful journey, and we are on the 12th day where Shreans is going to take the topic, the science of creative visualization. Visualization is daydreaming with a purpose. The key to effective visualization is to create the most detailed, vivid, and clear picture to focus on. And it's one of the most powerful means of achieving personal goals. And friends, I feel what meditations we are doing every day, I think if one dwells into this, there'll be only peace, there'll be only happiness, there'll be only joy and smiles on all our face. Thank you and have a wonderful session. Yes, over to you, Shreans.
Thank you, Rashri, and thank you all of you friends for your time, for your devotion, for your commitment. And I saw all the messages on the chat. Thank you so much. So grateful to all of you. So friends, today we're going to take a very, very interesting topic, the science of creative visualization. So we all have heard, oh, we should visualize what you want in a life. We should, then only it manifest. But what is the real science? Why should we visualize? And how does it work in the quantum field? How that science really works? So today I'm going to cover that. What is the real science behind the whole technique of imagination, and why imagination is so important? Yeah, Keshav, can you share the slide? So as we were child, you were always used to imagining things. Imagination was so natural to us. That's why for a child, little bit a toy also, he'll go into that, with the toy also, that the child will go into that imaginary world. And that world is so real for the child. That's why child loves stories, because they will go into that wonderland, into that imagination world. But as we started growing up, as we started using our analytical mind, our impulse to dream started slowly going down. Our impulse to dream has slowly been beaten down by our experiences of life. Now we feel, all this is real. And now if you are imagining, or in the imaginary world, it's like you're daydreaming. And the social conditioning around us tells us, no, only this is real. And that's why we stopped imagining, we stopped dreaming. And Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. So it is important to imagination. Imagination should be used not to escape reality, but to create it. We've been conditioned to tell that, oh, if you're imagining it, you're escaping reality. But imagination is also such a powerful tool to create the very reality you want in your life. That's why, friends, our only limitation is our imagination. We are just one Google search away from any knowledge, right? Today, everything you want in your life, you just need a one Google search. But are we able to imagine things in our life? Knowledge is abundance now. Knowledge is freely available. We are in a technology time of technology where anything you want, any knowledge you want to know about, it is so available and freely available. But are we combining this knowledge with the power of imagination? Then we can create magic. And we are lucky to be in this world, in this time of in the technological era, where knowledge is so freely available. Earlier, there was no YouTube, there was no Facebook, there was no Google. We didn't know. There was not so much access to the knowledge. But now we have so much access to the knowledge, and so easily. So all we need is to apply that knowledge and use our imagination, and we can create whatever we want in our life. So right now in this time, we have no excuse for why we are not able to manifest things in our life. So friends, this is, you can see the slide. So this is a frontal lobe. So frontal lobe, in human beings, 40% of our brain is this frontal lobe. You can see it, the orange color. So frontal lobe, so this is the creative canvas. The frontal lobe is the creative canvas. The image that you create here silence the chattering of rest of the mind and the rest of the brain, and the body starts considering this experience as reality. In fact, your brain is an artifact. So so whatever you image you create here, the body will start believing that that is true, that is real, that's happening, and that will numb all the other senses, all the other chattering of the mind. So that's why we use imagination. We use the power of creative visualization and that will also numb all our limited thinking, our belief systems. That imagination, the image you create here, will overpower everything else. So this is the place for our free will, learning, intention, invention, attention, speculation, decision making, behavior control, concentration, and restraining other emotional reactions. So this is a very, very powerful place. And human beings, as human beings, we are the only species on the planet to have 40% of our brain as this frontal lobe, our neocortex. So, and next to us is only dolphins, which is 27%. So, and that's make human beings so special. That's make us so special. The difference between other species is that they don't have the power to two things: speech and imagination. As human beings, we have these two power faculties compared to others: speech and imagination. Animals can't talk. Animals can't imagine things, but we as human beings have. But now, instead of using our imagination for what we create in our life, we're using our imagination for anxiety. The best use of imagination is creativity, and the worst use of imagination is anxiety. So now we are using this imagination not for our creation, for not creating what we want, but creating what we do not want, by living in fear, by living in anxiety, by worrying things about. Worry is a prayer for manifesting what you do not want, because you're imagining your worst outcome. You're speculating the worst outcome, and that's what you draw into your life. Yes. So next slide. Rashri, feel free to interrupt me anytime you feel like you want me to explain more.
Yes, Shreans. Yes.
So friends, this is an important slide. This is the visible light. This is you can see this is the wavelength of the light spectrum. This is this is the electromagnetic light spectrum, and in the whole electromagnetic light spectrum, what you see, what is visible, is only 1%. So this is only 1% is you can see from a naked eyes, even in fact less than 1%. So and the rest of the things you cannot see. You can't see the infrared, the radar, or the FM, TV, shortwave, AM, X-rays, gamma rays. All these things we cannot see with our eyes, right? So what you perceive. So yeah, you can. Yeah. So what you perceive. What you perceive here is the various array of colors. Whatever you can see from your naked eyes is the various array of colors which is less than 1% of the light of all the frequencies of the light seen and unseen. But just because you cannot see it does not mean it's not there. So it's like, we can't see the radio wave frequencies, right? But once we tune into the radio and we tune into that frequency, then we can hear the sound. So just because we don't see it does not mean it's not there. You cannot say 2G waves or 3G waves or 4G waves, but just because we can't see it does not mean it's not there. The magnetic field, just because the gravity, just because you can't see it does not mean it's not there. So a lot of times we only believe what we can see it. Usually it's like, if I believe it, if I see it, I believe it. Seeing is believing. But in truth, if you believe it, you will see it. And just because you can't see it does not mean it's not there. So here, when we use our imagination, you are tuning into the quantum field. And I'm going to go explain it more in detail in the further slides, how it really manifests into the quantum field. So just because you can't see it does not mean it's not there. With the very act of imagination, you are impregnating your goal, your dream into your subconscious, into the quantum field, into the vortex. And now your subconscious mind, your subconscious, your dream is impregnated by the subconscious mind and the universal mind, the mind of God, the quantum field, the source of creation. And now it is going to work for you to manifest, as long as you can match it with the resonant emotions. So just because you can't see it does not mean it's not there. And all frequency carries information, whether it's radio waves, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or your vibes. All frequency carries information. So this frequency, so like a radio, so different frequencies carries different information. That's why when you tune into different channels, you hear different music or different commentary. So it carries that information. Now you cannot see that information. Now the moment you put your imagination in place, the moment you start imagining things, now you're broadcasting. Your thoughts are electric, right? You're broadcasting that information into the quantum field. You're broadcasting that frequency, which is carrying that information into that field. That's how thought becomes things. And a lot of research has shown that it is the brain which sees, not the eyes. Just because you think it is visible, but actually it is the brain that sees. So when Christopher Columbus discovered America, the fishermen on the shores, when they saw the huge boat, they could not see the boat. They could not see the ship because they had never seen such a big ship. They don't know how the ship existed, or there's something called ship. So when those fishermen saw the huge ship, they thought there's some big object, and they're wondering what is this big object. And only when the human beings started getting down from the ship, they could see they could see them, and when they saw them, and then they could recognize that there's something big and they're coming down from there. So because the brain could not see it, because they have never seen it. So it is that information was not, that information was never available to their brain. So it is the brain that sees, not the eyes. So in Harvard, they did an experiment called colored glass experiment. So what they did with this experiment is so in your own house, we know the color of the walls, right? The white color. This in this room is a light blue color, or so they gave in one eyes they gave a normal glass with no colors. In other eyes they changed the color of the glass, and they gave it to all the people. And so initially, when they were wearing that glass, they realized that from one eyes they were when they were wearing this glass, from one eyes they could see the other color, and once they covered that eyes, they could see the other color. But after 10 days, so initially that information was new to them, but after 10 days, in spite of wearing the colored glass, they could see the same color which was there in the wall. So if they, because they knew, the brain knew, they know it is actually white color. So in spite of the colored glass, they could only see the white color. So it is the brain which sees, not the eyes. So that's why our belief system, our beliefs drive our behaviors. Our belief, we perceive things according to our belief system. And as Varun told in the neuroscience class, we every time we gather 400 billion bits of information every second. We conceive 400 billion bits of information every second. However, we are aware of only 2000 bits of information. Imagine, out of 400 billion bits of information every second, our brain conceives, but we are aware of only 2000 bits of information. From of our body, our environment, and time, only 2000 bits of information. And this 2000 bits of information is something which we already know. Only that we conceive, only that we process. We conceive everything, but we process only those 2000 bits of information. So let me give you an example. Yeah, next slide.
Shreans, I have I just have a thing to tell you. So it is us, what we create, that only comes back to us.
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Yeah.
That whatever we think and create, okay, whatever we throw out, that's what we get back.
Right.
That's what you mean by all this?
No, I'm coming to that. No, right now I'm focusing on why we use imagination. Why we talk about, like, first we did brain coherence, heart coherence. Now the third step is about creative visualization, right? So why creative visualization? So I'm explaining the science, how creative visualization really works in the quantum field. Why should you visualize? I mean, we don't need to visualize, right? I mean, it's not that only if you visualize things, then only we can manifest. Why visualization is a powerful tool for the creative journey, for the creative process. So that is my context. Yeah.
Okay.
And it will all make sense by the end of the session. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, next slide. So as I told you, it is the brain which sees, not the eyes. So now I want to see, you all are aware of this logo, right? FedEx, it's a courier company, FedEx logo. So what else do you see in this logo? So when the promoters or when the owners of this company were wanted to have this logo, they told the designers. So being a courier company, they want that that logo should express that speed. Because as a courier, what we want to make a difference to the world is we will deliver everything within 24 hours or 48 hours. So everything is speed. Plus, the another thing that we want in the logo is that this logo should express is whatever that it's measurable. Wherever they should be able to track where their parcel is. So they should know. So and as a courier company, we should be able to track where the parcel is. How much time will it take to reach? So two things they wanted in this logo: it should be measurable, and it should denominate speed. So two things they wanted. So can you see anything in the logo which shows that? You can write on the chat. Yeah. So someone said, I see only alphabets. Someone said, I see an arrow. I see spoon and arrow. Only alphabet. Connected letters. Day and night. They are all joined to each other. Circle. P is capital. It's a color. Okay, fine, great. Different colors. Entangled. Okay. So friends, so between E and X, can you see there's an arrow? A lot of you are right, actually. So between E and X, there's an arrow. And a lot of people are right because you attended this workshop before and you know about it. But because you knew about it, the brain you immediately recognize it. But those who did not know about it, they could not recognize this arrow, right? So arrow represents the speed, right? And the spoon represents, this is the spoon. And below the E, there's a spoon. That means it is measurable, where you can track it. So and now if you see this logo next time, you will never forget it. You'll never forget what you know about it, the logo. What is the reason why this logo is like this? Where is the arrow? Where is the spoon? You'll never forget it, right? So what happened now? What happened as soon as you got to know about this? Now in a brain cells, the end of the brain cells is called dendrites. And these dendrites now absorb these cells of recognition. These brains have cells of recognition, now which matches the arrow, right? Now, next time you see this logo, you have the cell of recognition already now, which is stored now in your brain. And next time you see it, you'll now remember it. You'll never forget it now. You'll immediately recognize it, right? So your eyes do not see, it is your brain that sees. And that turns that data into perception. So it's not that FedEx did not have that spoon or the arrow. It always had it. But it was just but that data, you cannot perceive that data. But now it is there. Now the data, you turn it into your perception. So if there are no patterns of recognition, the brain deletes it or distorts the information, what you see. So even though you're seeing things, but the brain will delete and distort that information. You will not recognize it, right? But once you have seen it, once you know about it, and now you have seen it, how the arrow, and you know how the arrow looks like. In real life, you have seen the arrows. So you know how the arrow looks like, and you know what is there between E and X. There's an arrow, so you have an immediate recognition. You have the law of association and the recognition. Now this is stored in your brain, and now you'll never forget it. Now I'll come to the interesting part. Yeah, next slide. So in our brain, we have this very intelligent system, very intelligent organ called reticular activating system. It is called RAS, reticular activating system. So when you visualize anything, when you visualize in your frontal lobe, this information, suppose you are visualizing an amazing house. You are seeing the image. You are seeing it has a, suppose you're in Bombay or in a coastal city. You want to have a sea view from the house. You're visualizing that you're on the house balcony, which is having a beautiful sea view. It's a 4-bedroom house, or whatever you're visualizing that house, right? You're visualizing you have your own terrace and everything, right? You're visualizing that. Now, once you're visualizing that, your brain recognizes your visualization, is a tool to cognitive prime your brain, and now you're impregnating your goals into the subconscious mind. So when you visualize that, you created that image, you created that information field into your brain. So what is that thing which processes that information in your brain? There's an organ called, in your brain, there's an organ called reticular activating system, RAS. Right? So it's so with the RAS, the now that information is stored in your brain. Now, next time, when you see that information, when you see like how we see that FedEx logo. So now next time when you when that house which you saw or that is there in your environment, you'll immediately recognize it. You'll be drawn towards it, or you'll draw that situation into your life, because now that your brain will be able to recognize it. And this RAS is a super intelligent system. So as I told you before, your brain processes 400 billion bits of information every second, but you're aware of only 200 bits of information, right? So what is that 200 billion bits of information? What is the 2000 bits of information which you have programmed in your brain, or which you have already known in your life through your experiences of life? Now, you don't have to go through the experiences. So if I want this house, I never owned this house. I don't have it in my real life, but I've already programmed my mind in my subconscious mind. I've already I've rewritten the software code in my subconscious mind after the brain coherence and the heart coherence, and I've visualized it. It's there, and I'm living there, and I'm feeling the peace and the joy and the happiness in that house, the freedom. With my family, the love in my house, the fun I'm having in this house. I'm enjoying it. I'm living that moment, right? So now the brain immediately recognizes that information. Now that information is stored, and this RAS is the thing which stores that information, and this RAS connects that information to the world around us. So the RAS decides now which bit. When we are encountered with that information in the physical reality, so the RAS decides which bit we will see and which we will skip over, right? So earlier, I had no such information in my brain. I had no such imagination in my brain. So I was always obsessed with my current condition. No, I don't have so much money in my bank account. How can I own such a big house? How can I? So I was obsessed with the current condition. And I could never think that I can have that house, right? But now you have primed your brain. Now the RAS, now the moment you encounter something like this in your physical reality, or then the RAS will immediately pick it up. You'll be drawn to that. You'll be drawn to that reality. So just because you can't see it does not mean it's not there, right? So it is already there. But now you've developed that cells of recognition in your brain. So now you'll be able to see it. So I'll give you a few examples. So how it happens. So RAS, so now your brain will filter only that information. Your brain only filters that information which matches with the patterns already established in your brain. Now you already established that pattern of big house in your brain. Okay. So this RAS is the thing which acts as a doorway, acts as a guard at the doorway of your mind. If you don't have that pattern information, you'll reject it. Even if somebody says there's a 4-bedroom house, you want to go and see it, you say, no, I can't afford it. I'm not interested in that. But this RAS is a very intelligent system. So for example, I'll give you like a mother. When the mother goes and picks the child in the classroom, right? And so suppose the mother is standing outside the classroom, and there are 4 children crying in the class, right? The mother will exactly know whether her child is crying or not. Why? Because mother is so tuned into to her child, so she has that pattern of information, the pattern of recognition, and that is that RAS. That RAS knows whether it is her child or not. So the mother will immediately knew whether her child is crying or not. It is super intelligent. She does not really have to think even once, right? Or suppose. Or suppose the mother is sleeping in one room and the child is sleeping in another room. And the mother just wants to know that as soon as the child wakes up, the mother wants to go and pick up the baby, right? So, so the child is sleeping in a different room, but as soon as the child wake up, the mother will know. The mother will know this, and the mother, so the mother has that information, and the mother will go and get the baby. So what is this? So that information is already there in the field around her, but because the mother is so tuned in, it is that information that the RAS immediately recognizes that information, right? Because the brain immediately processes that. We have 400 billion bits of information, but we are aware of only 2,000 bits. But from in those 2,000 bits, that is one information which the mother already knew it, and she will know intuitively, and because she's so tuned into that frequency. All frequency carries information, and that information is being from that frequency. She could catch that information, and she will go and get her child. So RAS, or reticular activating system, is like a Google search engine. Whatever is happening around the world, it keeps Googling, and it will pick up whatever the information which is recognized by your brain. So your RAS is the most intelligent and the most sophisticated. It is most intelligent, and it is the most sophisticated alarm system in the universe. The mother immediately feels that, gets the alarm. She doesn't need to set up any alarm. She knows it, right? And so that's why when you visualize, you activate your reticular activating system with that information. Now, when you see that information in the world around you, you'll immediately recognize it. So, for example, I now to buy that house, I need say 10 crores to buy that house. So I go to a party. I'm going to a party, and I'm standing on a bar table, and I meet somebody who happens to be a banker. Now I'm talking to that person, and just by talking to that person, I became friends with him. Normally, I would have picked up a glass of beer or a bottle of beer and go back to my friends in the party. But just I had some impulse to stand there and talk to this person, and I started talking to this person, and he happens to be a banker, and then the bank and the division he looks after is housing loan, right? And then I set up an appointment with him after 4 days. And he sanctioned the loan for my house, and maybe in a month's time I buy that house. So this is just random example I'm giving, like many things. So you'll draw synchronicities into your life, coincidences into your life, meaningful coincidences into your life. Coincidences, there's nothing about coincidence. It's co-creating incidences. So that's how you are co-creating incidences into your life. And now you will meet that person, and now it just happened, and then you bought this house, right? So this is how the RAS works. RAS will give you an impulse to draw, because now okay, what RAS will recognize now, what does you need to make this house manifest for you? How to bring it into your 3-dimensional reality? The RAS will start do the Google search. Okay, you need to make so much of money. You need a bank loan. You need a property consultant or a broker, or you need a friend who wants to sell his house. So you will all of a sudden you will coincidentally meet that friend, and in the conversation he tells you that, oh, I'm selling this house. So why don't, and then you happen to go and see that friend's house, and this is the house of your dream. This is the house you really wanted. So so everything, all the pieces of the puzzle, all the pieces, everything comes together to make it manifest for you, because it is your RAS now which is recognizing the cells of information into the field around you, into the 3-dimensional reality around you, right? So it is called, so RAS, it is in RAS, there's something called a set point, right? So it's like it's in technical terms, it's called cybernetic mechanism. So that set point, because of that cybernetic mechanism. So now your set point is the house of like 4-bedroom CV house. That is your set point now, right? So RA is like a thermostat in the brain. Now, anytime if you see any information of a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, your RAS will reject it. Now, RAS will only start picking information of 4-bedroom house with the sea view, right? So automatically it will set the environment around you, and you'll only pick that information, right? So it has a spotlight effect. You know, when it is fully dark, and if you throw a spotlight on something, now in the whole room you'll only see that, right? So same way, RAS will throw a spotlight on only things now which it has developed that sense of recognition. Now it has in your mind, you developed the recognition of that 4-bedroom house. So you'll only see that, right? So and anything else which is not which is not recognizing that in terms of your house, it will reject that. So that's why if you think of thousands, you'll ignore $1 million idea, right? So that's why they say dream big, think big. Then you'll recognize that idea. If you think of thousands, even if you get $1 million idea, you will develop a blind spot or a scotoma. So you'll not even see it. You'll not even recognize it, because now you have only focused on thousands. You can't recognize $1 million idea. Before Uber or before Airbnb, I'm sure people got this idea of, in spite of not owning a single cab or a single car or a single hotel, you still are the largest. You're still operating the largest chain of hotels or the largest fleet of taxis, right? So somebody must have thought about it many times before him, before these people, before these promoters, but they never thought that it could be $1 billion idea, right? So if you think of thousands, you'll ignore $1 million idea. And even if you get that, RAS, and if you have no sense of recognition, you'll interpret that feeling as danger signals and prompting you to return, go back to your own previous state, to your own conditioned mind. You know, like your immune system, it rejects any hostile virus, right? Any hostile virus comes into the immune system feel, oh, it is an enemy, and it will attack it. The same way, when your brain does not recognize it, so if this idea which is out of the box, you will see it as a danger. You will completely see it as an unknown, and unknown is unfamiliar. You don't want to step into the unknown. You don't want to go. You feel, oh, it's danger. Oh, I don't know what will happen there. So you rather go into this place which is familiar. But once you visualize it, once you register it in your RAS, then that is very familiar to you. You know, that does not feel like, that your body does not feel it like it's a danger, or it does not reject it. Right? So it is recalibrating your set point through your subconscious brain. So when you see it, when you go into the alpha state and when you visualize what you want, you are resetting, you're recalibrating your set point in your subconscious mind. So for example, my elder son, of course, he's 18 now. So 18 years back, when he wanted to, we were to put him in his school, right? He was just 4 years. And 1 month before the school, he was very fearful of going to school. We used to tell him that this is we are going to go to school, and he used to start crying. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school. The very name school will make him fearful, and he would not like to go to school. So 10 days before, we were wondering how will we put him to school if he is behaving like this. So me and my wife started just in front of him. We started talking about the stories, how fun the school is. When we went to the school, it was such fun. We had such a good time. School is such an amazing place, such a creative place. You might make some amazing friends. You can do art, you can do music, you can do you can dance, you can play. There are so many games to play. There are so many board games to play. We started talking like that. And every day before we put him to sleep, we started talking like that in front of him. We're not telling it to him, but in front of him, we're just talking like that. Right? And then, so now his brain is recognizing, is catching that information, is recognizing that information. And after 3-4 days, he started asking about what happens in school, what do we do. So we started telling him it's fun, it's good, it's amazing to play, amazing place to have fun and enjoy. And to a surprise, when we dropped him first day to the school, he ran into the classroom. There's so many other kids crying, but he ran with joy into his classroom. So because now he had the sense of recognition, in his mind, he saw school as a fun place to be, as a place of creativity, as a place of joy. So he ran into the school with joy. So like that, for anything you want to create in your life, you want to manifest in your life, you can create first in your subconscious mind. So that's why we use visualization as a powerful technique to manifest what we want in our life. So whatever, from the quantum perspective, whatever we want in our life is already there, right? It's already there. If the field can create the moon and the stars and the galaxies, it's of course what you want is already there. So it's just that we develop the cells of recognition. And with RAS, you transcend your belief system. The old belief patterns you numb your beliefs now. Now it is no more superseding your logical mind. Otherwise, your logical mind will always come up. No, it's not possible. I can't afford it. A life could only be like this. It's not our destiny. Our karma is not good. I don't think we deserve this. It's a karma now. So basically, we need to change. So the change you have to bring is from inside out, and that's how you pave the way for your dream life. And that's why visualization is such a powerful tool to manifest what we want in our life. So here, next slide.
Shreans,
Yeah.
so whatever we imagine will happen.
Can happen.
Can happen. Okay.
Yeah. But you by imagination, because now you'll recognize those things. Otherwise, you don't even recognize it, right? So for example, suppose you want to buy a Honda City. Yeah, or suppose you bought a Mercedes, a black color Mercedes for yourself. Now you will start seeing more of those black color Mercedes on the road, because now you own it. The moment you see any black color Mercedes, you'll recognize that. The brain developed the cells of recognition. It's not that those Mercedes were not there on the road, but it's just that you didn't have that focus on it. Or suppose you own a car which number is like 4444, or say any random number, say 8689. So your car number is 8689. So now you recognize your car number. Now anytime you see any car with that number, you'll immediately, your eyes will go there, right?
Yes.
But before you didn't have that car, you didn't even see it.
Yes.
Now your brain developed that cells of recognition. So it has a spotlight effect. Yes. After 200 cars which passes, you'll not remember any number. But the moment you see that 8689, your eyes will catch that number.
Yes.
So in your brain, with visualization, you develop cells of recognition. And now the RAS, because of the RAS, whenever you see it in the environment, now it is always there in your environment, but earlier you could not see it, right? We only see 1% of the light spectrum. Earlier, you could not see it, but now you'll be able to see those things. You'll see the more evidence of that coming into your life. You'll recognize that. And then you'll have an impulse to act over that. So basically, then you are at the right place at the right time, meeting the right person. And that's how then you say, oh, I was so lucky and I got this house. You see? So like for me, I wanted to, for 16 years, I lived in a rental house in Bombay. And but this house, I had a dream. I mean, I always visualized that I want a house that I have a penthouse with a terrace which has a full sea view, and I wanted I mean, this is my example. I wanted a 4-bedroom house. For 16 years, I lived in a rental house, but I used to visualize that. And at that time I had not, and Bombay houses are expensive, and I didn't have that kind of money also. But I always dreamed and I visualized, and I used to start, and I used to, whenever I used to look for houses, I never used to even look for 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom. And my wife used to say, why are you, I mean, you don't have a budget, you don't have the money in your pocket. Why are you even looking for these houses, And I would say, no, it's just that it feels fun anyways to even go and have a look, even if you don't have it, even if I'm not buying it right now. So we used to keep looking for houses, and the brokers used to ask me, sir, really lena hai to dikhata hu, nahi to don't waste our time. But then eventually I landed up buying the house, which is finally that maybe after 16 years, but that dream came true. We bought a house which has all the 3 sides has a sea view, with a terrace, with a penthouse, and exactly what I had the vision in my mind. So basically, so with RAS, and that time when I started visualizing, it was impossible. Could not have thought ever, I mean, my financial condition could not have ever supported that. But this is how things work in life. So when even if you don't have it, even if you start Googling it, you are changing your vibrational frequency. When I started seeing it, I'm changing my vibrational frequency. I'm aligning it to the frequency of the house. So fine, I'm not having it, right? But even seeing it changes my vibrational frequency. So the idea is to change a vibrational frequency.
Yes. And whatever we have achieved, even so that also we have imagined sometimes. So we have it.
Absolutely. So most of the things, I mean, any invention was first in the mind, right? And then it came to the creation. Everything was first in the mind, and then it comes to creation. So why not use the mind for deliberate thinking? Now we use our mind for spontaneous thinking, but why not use it deliberately to really create what we want in our life?
Yes, so nice.
That is the art of deliberate creator, the art of become a conscious creator.
That is what awareness is about.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Such a nice, small thing, the RAS, but it does such wonders.
Yeah.
Yes.
For example, again, I'll give you an example of Pyramid Valley. So since childhood, since childhood, I was very fascinated with pyramid. So I remember as a child, I bought a calendar which had a pyramid on it, and I kept that calendar in my room. So, and I had no idea what pyramid does, and absolutely no idea, but it's just that the shape of the pyramid would fascinate me, right? And eventually, I mean, so my brain had that sense of recognition. Very later on, I realized that I had past lives. I had so much of past life connection with the pyramids, and when I met Patriji, and I realized that he's the founder of Pyramid Future Societies, and he has pyramid meditation centers. I was so fascinated and attracted to him, and then I got a dream, and then I had a vision that I want to build Asia's largest pyramid. I want to build a monument, which is a pyramid shape, but it should be like a monument. And eventually Pyramid Valley came true. So it's a dream, it's a vision. And then when I had that vision and that dream, I absolutely had no money to build something like that. But the dream was so alive in my mind. But vibrationally, I was always there. Vibrationally, I changed my frequency to and aligned my frequency to that. And then Pyramid Valley came true. And today, when I look back at that state, which was what was my financial state in a joint family, how could was I mad that I was thinking this kind of pyramid? But it came true. And you wonder that it is not, and then you realize that no, it's not me. It is something that is where you feel that I am nothing. So it's where you live in that where you are nothing, but you are everything. So that because it came with such effortless ease. And you wonder, it's not my hard work which made it manifest, but it's just I changed my vibrational frequency and aligned with it, and always visualizing it, dreaming it. This is the pyramid. Lakhs of people are being transformed. Lakhs of people are coming and meditating inside this pyramid. And this has happened. And in my mind, it already happened. And when we even saw the land, we actually thought of, everybody said that let's build a small pyramid. This is our budget. Let's have this budget. I said, no, all this budget we have will only go in acquiring the land, because pyramid will be this size. And everybody thought I was mad, And we took whatever budget we had we only put that money in only buying the land. We had no money, how the money will come to make the pyramid.
Wow. So nice.
So this is how the universe works,
Mm-hmm.
I think how are we doing with the time? So just 5 more minutes and then we can end the session.
Yes. Superb, but
so in a brain, there's something called in a brain which is called mirror neurons. So the witnessing can be visual or imaginary. So in a brain, we develop cells of recognition. So in the mind, as I told you, we have RAS. So in a frontal lobe, we have something called mirror neurons. So once we develop the cells of recognition, then the brain will immediately, our mirror neurons get activated. And now the mirror neurons already has that image in the mind. And whenever we see it, we will be able to recognize it. Right? So witnessing can be visual or imaginary. So a lot of times, when you tell your child, open your mouth, when you're feeding your child, you say, open your mouth. And the moment your child sees you opening the mouth, the child opens the mouth. So it has a mirror neuron. So we all have mirror neurons. We have this, and when you see me, you will do that, right? So that's how in your mind. So it is the journeys between you and you. It is not about somebody else. In your brain, you develop that mirror neuron, that cells of recognition. And then in the outer world, when you already had those mirror neurons, you'll immediately recognize it. And the quantum field will mirror that into your life. So the mirror neuron is a neuron that fires both when you have an experience and when you witness an experience. Right? So mirror neuron, your brain does not know whether you're imagining the experience or whether you're actually having the experience. The mirror neuron, for the mirror neuron, it is as good as actually you're having that experience, actually as if you own the house, or actually the pyramid is already there, and it will fire and wire in the same way. And it will release the chemicals in the same way. Your brain will release the chemical as if it's already happening. So there's no difference between witness from the brain point of view and the body point of view. There's absolutely no difference between witnessing an experience or actually having an experience. It is just the same for the brain and the body. So your brain does not know the difference between living the experience or witnessing the experience. So I'll give you an example. In Harvard, there was a study done, which is also called 5-finger piano, 5-finger piano exercise, where what they divided the two groups into. One group was learning the piano, actually playing the piano, and the other group was was giving a fake, was given a fake piano, but they were sitting next to the people who were actually practicing the piano, and they were just acting as if they are playing the piano, right? So it was just a and so one was doing physically and one was just doing a mental rehearsal as if they are playing the piano. So, and this they practice every day for 2 hours. Every day, 2 hours, the one group will genuinely practice, the other group will just sit next to them and just fake it and enjoy as if the music is coming and they are faking. So they were just faking the experience. So they did the brain scan before, and after 5 days, they did another brain scan. So for the people who are actually playing the piano, so they develop cells of recognition. They develop that neuroplasticity in the brain after 5 days. The brain scan changed after 5 days, which had the cells of recognition, as if because they learned some new skill. They were playing a piano. Now the person who were only faking it, they did not learn that skill. They were only faking it, also developed the cells of recognition. Can you imagine? Also develop in their brain scale, they also develop the cells of recognition. So your brain does not know whether you're just imagining it or it is actually you're doing it. It developed the cells of recognition. So like RAS, now they've developed the cells of recognition. Now when they actually start learning the piano, they'll pick up very fast. So that's why if you want to learn any skill, already imagine it in your mind. As if you are, suppose you are a dancer. So imagine it in your mind, you are an amazing dancer. See videos of people who are an amazing dancer. Go to sleep, before going to sleep, see those videos and then go to sleep. So when you actually start practicing the dance, so then you will draw the best dance teacher who will be teaching you that dance and then into your life. And when you start practicing that dance, you'll pick it up very fast. Because in your brain, you already had that cells of recognition. So another experiment which is done so this was again still in a brain, right? Now another experiment was done. There was a group which was doing weightlifting, right? They were doing weightlifting, and when they were lifting the weight for 4 weeks continuously, their muscle strength grew by 30%. Of the arms. They were doing weightlifting and the muscles grew by 30%. Now there's another group next to them. They were given the fake thermocol weights. But along with the actual weightlifters, they also have to pretend that they were actually lifting the weight and act and as if they're lifting the weight and it's heavy. Now this group also, their muscle strength grew by 22% after 4 weeks. Imagine. It was just thermocol weights. They were not actually lifting that heavy weight, but they were pretending. And just by pretending, your brain does not know the difference whether it was they were just acting it or imagining it, or it was actually the weight. And the brain fired and wired in the same way as who were actually lifting the weight. And they also, so the actual person who lifted the weight, their muscle strength grew by 30%. And the other group, which did not lift the weight, actually the muscle strength grew by 22%. So imagine the power of a mind. Imagine the power of imagination and how underutilized we are in terms of utilizing the power of imagination. That's why the best use of imagination is creativity. And the worst use of imagination is anxiety. Instead of using it for creativity, for productivity, we use it to our disadvantage, right? We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. So rather now not change. Now let's start using our imagination to our advantage. Beyond the clouds of reality lays the wonder of imagination. So your reality is clouds. They're clouding you. And they're conditioning you. But beyond the clouds of reality lays the wonder of imagination. So use imagination fully to your advantage. So thank you, friends.
Thank you.
Today here, and then we'll continue with now practical going into the visualization sessions also again tomorrow. But today we also did the meditation, which was the creative visualization.
Yeah. So this visualization can help us in health also.
Of course, everything. And you don't see it, it's going to happen. You see it has already happened. I didn't see the house or the pyramid that it is going to happen. I saw it is already there. It's already there. I'm entering the pyramid. So so it was already there. I was living in the house every day. So it was not that it will happen. Because in the quantum world, there's no time, there's no past, present, and future exists simultaneously. Everything is in the present now. But when you think that it is going to happen, then it is always going to happen. So feel it, see it, and feel it as if it's now. It's happening now.
Yes. So nice. Such a wonderful session. It should just go on and we just get all our dreams completed with whatever we are visualizing or seeing or imagining. So it's everything you can imagine is real. It can be, if you can visualize it, if you're dreaming it, it's already on the way.
Yes.
Right.
So tomorrow, so basically it's visualize and emotionalize, right?
If you visualize, you materialize.
Stagnated into the subconscious mind. Is already the universe is already pregnated, or you're already impregnated that thing. The universe is already pregnated with your dream, with your goal. Now, if you can match that frequency with your emotions, with your vibrations, you draw that into your life. Your vibration always precedes manifestation.
So nice. So it's all what you visualize, you materialize.
Yes.
Visualization, your imagination should be so powerful. And as you said, you see it done.
Yeah. Visualize and emotionalize and then materialize.
Wow. It's so nice. So we go on to our Q&As. Yes.
And I'm going to cover tomorrow and day after more on this. Yeah. More in detail now. Yeah. Now, no more science. Now practical. I think you guys have heard too much of science. Probably gotten bored and heavy-headed. But I thought I want to have that very foundation clear. Then you have the conviction that it is no more about just faith because he's saying so I should do it and somebody told me it works. Now you know how it really works in the quantum field. Yeah.
That part was the foundation, I feel. Otherwise, it's not possible. I don't see any hand raises. Yeah, I have it. Shubhankarji, can you please... Shubhankarji? Yeah. Can please...
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Just tell your name, where are you from, what you do, and go. Yeah, unmute yourself.
So my name is Mudita. I am from Pune.
Yeah.
So I've been attending your session for the first time and I am really enjoying it. It's a really great experience. And thank you so much. So I wanted to ask that, so I was asking about forgetting things. Like you were saying that when we recognize things, it stays into our mind. So what about forgetting things? Like how do we forget things?
So what is the reason for your question?
So it's like basic day-to-day, like in the routine, like small things, sometimes they slip out of the mind. So how do we
Again, with meditation, you'll increase your memory power. Whatever the cells which is now dead or which is inactive, you'll activate those cells. So meditation also increases your memory power. It also makes you much more. So the whole idea is dhyan, being aware. Then you become very aware of everything, and whatever is you needed to remember, you'll always remember.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Saiji, can you please, yeah, please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, very much. Just tell, like, where are you from and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Sai and I am from Hyderabad. I am a data scientist at an MNC.
Lovely.
Okay, so hi Shreans sir and hi Rajeshri ma'am.
Yes, yes, sir.
And thank you to the entire team, first of all, for offering this wonderful course to us. And so I will quickly come to the question. So my question is, suppose I am having two goals. One is short term and one is long term goal. Short term is that I am okay. So I'm a little bit greedy now. Uh, I want a house. I want to own a house by the end of this, maybe by December this year or by next July, maybe next year July. So, and my long-term goal is by the end of 2025, I want to be in certain position in my career. So, how? There are two questions in this. First question is, am I doing it correctly? Like giving the time to the universe. And my second question is, how to visualize it, like combining both the short-term goal and also the long-term goal. These are my questions. Thank you.
So you can have as many goals as you want. What is more important is as long as you can stay in the vibrational frequency, you align with that goal. Align with so tomorrow and day after, I'm going to explain you in much detail how to go about it. And so your question will be answered by tomorrow. I'm confident.
Okay, related to the time I'm giving to the universe.
Again, I'll answer it to you all exactly tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah, Rashi, who is next? We can't hear you, Rashi. We lost your. Unmute yourself.
I don't know why this happens. Yeah, Ruchika ji, please unmute.
Good morning. This is Ruchika here.
Yes, good.
Yeah, I'm from Chennai. I would like to ask a question. When you're visualizing, I'm seeing a lot of videos and I'm seeing a lot of pictures of my dream house. But as Shreans told that there is more problems in the visualization than in reality. I get stuck somewhere with the staff who's going to handle it. I have a particular set. I've imagined the rooms. I've imagined the stairs, the carpet, the flooring. But the problem, the moment I get into that visualization, I get stuck there and I come back. Where am I going wrong? Because in reality, yes, I'm facing a lot of house staff problems.
So focus on even if it is staff, then focus on how if you have an amazing staff, they're doing their work, they're expert in their work, or they are very courteous, very very honest. What are the kind of staff you want to have? Again, use your imagination and feel it as already there.
I have done that, and you'll not believe that in past 3 years, I've changed more than 52 staff at home. 52. But अब खुद को ये समझा रही हूँ कि कर्मा है, शायद इनको आना है, इनको मेरे से सीखना है और जाना है. लेकिन ऐसे tendency of turnover से I cannot run that big house that I'm imagining. Honestly, I am getting stuck somewhere here.
Right. So it is not just your imagination, it is also your emotionalization. It also, sometimes the staff we have is also a reflection. It is, we have it also, because that is the time we spend so much time in our house. So there's also a relationship, there also reflects our inner reality. So somewhere they are a reflection of our inner self, right? So you also need to reflect back what is triggering me, what is the issue which I'm facing with them, what is something which they are mirroring me about me through their approach or through their attitude, and which is what I need to change within me, right? And when I talk about relationship, when we go to the relationship topic, you'll get the answer.
Okay.
A lot of time it is not about just only visualization. If that is the only way, then everybody will visualize and everybody will have everything. It's also about inner transformation. It's also about visualize and emotionalize it fully, and then to change yourself vibrationally. So unless you change yourself vibrationally, so if I ask your staff, they may be saying that, oh, my madam is like this, my madam is like this, or my boss is like this. So they have their own perspective, you have your own perspective. So somewhere you have to learn what do I need to bring a transformation within me.
I have to work on my inner self to get to there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
The physical world is only a reflection of your own self, eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And secondly, coming to the health part, where am I going wrong? I'm visualizing everything, but the thing is, yes, I do have thyroid problems, and maybe the mind is conditioned that yes, you would have an hair loss, you would have an overweight. So where am I going wrong in that visualization that I'm not able to get whatever I'm wanting here?
So I can't tell you where you're going wrong, because I mean I don't know you so well, or not do I have spent much time with you to understand it. But I think by tomorrow and day after, you'll have a lot of clarity.
Sure. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, Ashok ji.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, Shreans.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Ashok Birmiwala, and I'm attending your this sessions from last lockdown. It is like blessing in disguise, and I really enjoy the entire session, and this is the second time I am doing it, and things are getting very much clearer. I'm from Bhiwandi and I'm into garment industry. I have two questions, Shreans. One is very technical, that when you say after brain coherence, we have to go to a heart coherence. So we should concentrate majorly on the actual heart, or the center of the chest where you have this chakras. Over there, we should concentrate, or on the heart?
The center. By heart, I mean heart center, not physical heart. Yeah.
Okay, so it is on the straight line of the spinal cord where your chakras are there, on the center of the chakras.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for that clearing. And second, I want to ask, when we manifest few things. So should we manifest the same thing again and again over the period? Because we understand that somewhere we are lacking in our emotions, that those manifestations do not come true very easily, and we have to keep it manifesting it again and again. So many times what happens is we do the manifestation second time, third time, the second other thoughts come, but then should we be aware of it and then do the manifestation by thinking of the same motto or the same thing what you require, or it is go with the flow? How we should go?
So again, I'm going to explain more detail tomorrow and day after, but basically you sometimes you need repetitions.
Okay.
You need, and then more than that, what is important is to stay in that feeling, stay in that emotional state.
Okay, even it is okay even if we manifest the same thing over a period, like the way you told me you are manifesting it for pyramid for so many years and then it came true. So was it like you were manifesting it for almost all these years for this thing?
Not like every day, but on and off. I always had that vision about the house. So for 16 years, I changed 7 houses, but I always moved into a rental house. But vision was clear that when I buy my house, then the house has to be like this. This is the kind of house I want to buy. So not that I was visualizing every day for this house, but on and off, I had that. I visualized that, and I always believed it. No, I will. I'm going to have that house. I never lost faith. Business has had this ups and downs, but I never lost faith that it is not going to happen. Plus, at the same time, I was not desperate. In a sense, I was feeling that joy that it is going to be fun. So it's not about acting out of desperation that, oh, if I don't have that house, I'm unhappy in this rental house, and I was still grateful and having content and satisfaction from what I already have. But of course, I was eager for more. So for manifestation, the key thing is always being satisfied for what you have and eager for more. Most of the time, when you think about visualization, and people think, and then they feel unsatisfied by what you are. But the whole idea is, first foundation is being satisfied by what you are. Having that content and that gratitude, the feeling of gratitude, that is the very foundation of manifestation. If you manifest, if you visualize it from the state of lack, so even no matter what you visualize, but what are you feeling? The feeling is of lack. So then you'll draw more of that lack. So it is important to have the right foundation. That's why we do with brain coherence and heart coherence. And that's why last 10, 11 days, we have only focused on that, right? And now we are coming to that topic, because first, unless we do it from the right premise, from the right emotional state, it is not going to manifest in our lives.
Okay, so you mean to say when we are manifesting, we should be in a right mode, that we have enough of it, and then we go ahead and think that if whether we get it or not, but at least enjoy that emotion that it is right now with you, and you just keep enjoying it, and whenever it will happen, it will happen.
Absolutely. That's how you surrender it to the universe. That's why surrender. So you feel it so good. You feel it so whole. After the meditation, you feel so whole, and as it's already there. Then because the end result of that, if it manifests, is that emotional payoff. Now you are teaching your body how to get that emotional payoff even before it's made manifested, even before it happened in your life. So you're already feeling that emotional payoff. And once you have that emotional payoff, you don't even care whether it will happen or not. But
yeah, true.
The beauty is, because because that is your vibration output, the universe will draw that into your life anyways.
You enjoyed already that happiness which will actually happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. I experienced this. Thanks a lot, Shreans, for all this thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So nice. We have Usha Ji Parekh. Please unmute. Yeah.
Namaskar.
Ji.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, very much.
Thank you very much again, Shreans ji and Preem. It has been a wonderful, explanation that you have given by weightlifting exercise and piano playing, that you have to visualize, feel it, and then transform it. It in the sense that if I want to attend the session, meditation session, then I have to feel it that I want to get up, and then without alarm, I'm getting up. That has been happening every day. So that consciousness is there. Now my question is that are we not making it more materialistic? By this thing, shouldn't we on alert mode that it should not make us more materialistic?
Right.
Should there be any caution?
Yeah. So there is no caution. See, being materialistic is not an issue. We are born as a creators. We are here to enjoy the material life. There's nothing wrong with materialism. The problem starts when we identify ourselves with that materialistic thing. When we look our happiness inside that, because we become so identified with it, then it becomes an issue. When the same reason which caused you happiness becomes a cause of our misery. I bought a new car, I was so happy. Somebody, my car met with an accident, now I'm in a state of misery completely. So the thing which gave me happiness became a cause of my misery. But there was, because I identified myself with that car. I looked for happiness in that car, and I identified so much with that car as if my happiness that is the source of my happiness. So keep, once you learn how to meditate, and once you're a meditator, then you know that your source, your original primary source of happiness is already within you. These are all extensions of my source. I'll enjoy my car, but ठीक है, कभी कुछ accident हो गया, कुछ हो गया, okay, fine, I'll do what I needs to be done, but that does not make me, that has no impact on my emotional state. So the reason, and I'm going to cover a lot in the ego topic. We started identifying with the objects and the people and the places, and that becomes that becomes the cause of our misery. And so that is where the issue is. Issue is not about materialistic. Osho had 94 Rolls Royce, right? So that does not make him less spiritual or more spiritual. Right, so you can enter the kingdom of God in a Maruti or in a Mercedes. So there's no judgment there. So it is okay. It is absolutely fine to be materialistic. There's nothing wrong in being materialistic. It is just that being attached to that, depending on happiness on that, identifying a source of happiness with that materialism, that is the issue.
So sorry, I just will take one more minute. That were you not happy when you got the house, bigger house? You did put your happiness, attach your happiness to that, isn't it?
I was happy anyways. I was very happy in my rental house also. But
Okay.
I needed for more. So today I'm taking this workshop. I'm very happy with the number of participants and the people joining it, right? But next time when I take the workshop, now suppose this time if there are 7,000 people, next time I want maybe 20,000 people. You know, I am investing my 28 days. I want maximum people to take advantage and get benefit. Now I want 28,000 people, 20,000 people, or whatever amount, whatever number maybe I'll think about. But what I mean to say is that does not mean I'm unhappy right now with so many people. Or if I think of 20,000 and if only 2,000 comes, I'll still be happy. I'll still give my best. But it's always good to think bigger, right? It's always think to be eager for more, because that is our basic nature. When Buddha became enlightened, it was his dream to make the whole world enlightened. Right?
That was a bigger focus, you know, his beyond me, beyond myself and my needs, my wants. So should there also be a focus on bigger needs as well, bigger picture?
It is a natural process. Once we have all these materialistic things in our life, at the end of the day, you realize that this is not going to give you happiness. This happiness is only temporary. Then you look for deeper meanings in life. Then you know that giving gives you more happy. When I got all the materialistic wealth, I found that money making is no more exciting. It is no more giving me happiness. It's just a number now. It's just the number being added in my bank balance, or one more property being added, or one more factory being added. But it is no more giving me any excitement and joy. So then I realized that I was restless, even though I was making money and I'm making lots of money, but I was still restless. Then I found that what is giving me joy, by teaching meditation or teaching spirituality, that gives me the highest joy. So when I started doing it, I realized that, yeah, this is where I find my content and my peace and my growth and my learning and my happiness comes from there. So now I am doing this. So what I mean to say is, it is a progression. Now, if I had zero wealth, and if that time somebody said, no, you start doing that, at that stage, probably that would not have given me highest joy. So we are here to fulfill our dreams. We are here to fulfill our aspirations. And this is a power. We can have it all. It's not this or that. We can have it both. And this is, we are born as a creators. And the reason we are born, we've taken this birth in this three-dimensional plane, is because we are creators. But at the same time, we have that awareness that we are also a visitor on this planet. When with this money, I don't feel it's my money. I feel I'm only the custodian of this wealth. We are the visitor on this planet, on this hotel called Earth. Like how you go to the hotel, you enjoy the room, you love the room, but you know that tomorrow morning I'm going to check out. So we are a visitor on this planet. So we enjoy the creation, we enjoy the wealth, we enjoy the relationship, we enjoy all the goodness of life. We have fun, we celebrate life, but we also have that awareness that one day I'm going to check out. This money, if I think it's my money, I'm mistaken. I'm only the custodian of this wealth, because that money is, I'm not going to take this money to my next life. But what I'm going to take is my consciousness, my state of consciousness to my next life. So while I'm focusing on my short-term pleasures with all materialistic wealth, I'm also focused on my long-term wealth, which I'm going to inherit in my next life, which is my consciousness, right? So the focus is also on my consciousness, how to elevate my consciousness. And that is what are the lessons I'm learning? How am I evolving? So that is what I'm going to transition into my next journey. When I vacate this planet, this hotel Earth, then that is what is going to go with me. So that is my true treasure, not the house, not the car. So once we have that awareness, then you know how to give how much importance to what, right?
Beautifully explained, and that's what I wanted. I misused the word caution, but the awareness, and we have many youngsters also in the session, so I thought it is very important to stress this point, and you have explained it very beautifully. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Very, very well, Shreans. Nancy ji, please go ahead.
I think this is the last. Yeah.
Good morning, Shreans. Good morning, Rajshri, and good morning to all my friends attending here. Wonderful session. Shreans, first I want to thank you for sharing your wisdom. It must have taken you thousands of man hours, and so willingly you have shared. Just now you said something about Osho having 94 Rolls Royce, but it's not making him lesser spiritual or more spiritual. That was always a question for me. I mean, if you're a spiritual person, what are you going to do with your 94, And I was thinking a little lesser about him, but then you said it's not making him more or less. So I realized I was being judgmental.
Yeah.
Very, that.
We think we have so much of judgments about spiritual people. We think spiritual people should not own anything. They should only wear certain kind of clothes. They should be always very serious, but spirituality is not about being seriousness. I am for embracing life. We have to be life affirmative rather than denying life. Yes. When you deny life, when you deny wealth, that is only the extension of your true spirituality. It is also spiritual. Money is also spiritual. Money is also green energy. So if you don't have enough wealth, if you want enough wealth but you don't have enough wealth, that means somewhere the energy is blocked. So it is a right to be rich. It is a right to be wealthy. And whatever process we're doing, manifestation and visualization and emotionalization, eventually it will not be about what you get. It will be about what you become in the process. Money is also spiritual. Why do we think that money is not spiritual? If we have money, the reason I can teach this and I can create this content and I can offer it without any charges, and even a person who cannot afford can join this because I had money to do this, right? So money is what money does. So what colors the money is not money itself. Money is what money does. If money, the same technology can be used for creating a nuclear bomb or for creating power. Same nuclear technology. So it is the usage of that technology which determines it. It is the use of money which determines whether money. So money is not evil. Money is amazing. Money gives you so much of freedom of choice to do whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, how many times you want, and you can do so much. So I believe, and the reason I think I'm able to do this because now I'm not thinking about money, even though I don't have to focus on money. So that's why I can focus on teaching now. So and we need that, right? We are in this physical dimension reality. You can't tell a hungry person to meditate. First, he has to feed his stomach. So let's be real. Let's be honest. Somebody says, "Oh, spirituality means no desires." Really? We don't have desires? Even spiritual people think the desires may be different. The desires may be to start a spiritual center or to do some teaching, but that is also your desire, right?
Yes.
And if that is your desire, then why not manifest it? Why not do it? We can do so much good for the world.
This is what, so much pearls of wisdom from you. Now you've shared such wonderful information about visualization, how to do it, the 5 steps. As soon as I finish this webinar, I'm going to go into meditation and follow the steps. Thank you for that one. My question here is, like the intent that I had given is about abundance. Now, abundance is so many-fold, right? Abundance in health, wealth, everything. So when I'm visualizing, do I see all these things separately and visualize it, like for my health, for happiness, for peace? Do I do that, or I put it as abundance only?
So, if you can emotionalize it, then go as specific as you can be. As long, whatever you can emotionalize goes very specific.
Yes.
And more specific you get, the better it is, right? But if you're not able to emotionalize it really, then be very general. And I'm going to talk more about tomorrow and day after, right? Then be very general. Yeah.
Okay. God bless you and your team. Wonderful. I mean, you are spreading so much. You are empowering people. Thank you so much. God bless you more and more so that you could empower many more people. I appreciate it.
I'm doing for income only. I'm not doing for free. I'm getting so much of psychic income, right? I'm getting so much of emotional income, emotional payoff. It is enriching me emotionally. So if somebody says, "Why are you doing it for free?" Actually, I am enriching myself emotionally. So it is not free. It is, I'm getting my reward. I'm getting my payoff.
I know, I totally agree, but then still it is too much. Waking up after a long night, waking up at 6 and preparing and it's amazing. Thank you. Thank you both so much, and your wonderful team who supports you. Thank you.
Before we end, I want to, Keshav, can you unmute your video? I want to everybody say hi. So Keshav is the man behind the scenes, putting all the music, helping me with the music together, slides together, morning and evening, doing putting playing the videos, the slides, and then during the day, then he's helping me. I call him up in the middle of 2 o'clock in the night. Oh, put this slide up and down and this, and he's helping me all through. So Keshav, I'm so thankful to him for bringing this all together. This would not have been possible without Keshav.
I feel blessed joining these sessions and doing it.
Hi, Keshav. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you so much.
And imagine at such a young age, he's so focused and so involved, and he's also doing with so much of passion. Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Everybody, he's guiding everybody. Thank you. Thank you. आप ऐसे ही सीख रहे हो.
यूनिवर्स की knowingly मैं पूरा दिन अटेंड करता हूँ 2 बार. So lucky.
So nice. God bless you. Yes.
All right, friends. So thank you so much. Thank you for your day today. So Rashmi, we can end now.
Yes. We've completed. Yes, and thank you so much. Today was so wonderful. It had some different divine energy, I feel. You don't feel like, ending some sessions. It's one of those sessions. It was really wonderful. Life and the universe are always supporting and assisting you. Life and the universe are always supporting and assisting you. But the first step has to always be yours to begin. Begin your blissful journey of the self today. So, visualize, emotionalize, and materialize. breathe, breathe, and breathe. Thank you so much. Thank you all my friends here on this wonderful journey together of the Mega Master course, Manifestation Decoded, the secret behind the secret by Shreans and Varun Daga. Thank you so much, Shreans, for this wonderful journey.
Thank you, Rajshri, for taking this journey together. And thank you all of you friends for taking this journey together. Thank you.
Thank you.
A great day. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And sorry, friends, I can't take all of you. I feel so bad. There's a list, but we are, we have that time limit. But yes, how much I can in future, I will be taking all of you. Thank you so much.